What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, shout out to the brother Gizmo for the donation to the channel. Once again, he says respect, and the bat signal is up. Salute to you, man. Yeah, trying to put out this content, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to speak out on more issues and a wider variety of issues. So salute to you, man, for showing love. So look, the Indiana Fever defeated, I think, the Dallas Wing today, because they have a really good team, the Indiana Fever. You know what I'm saying? They've been winning games without Caitlin Clark, and they've been winning games when Caitlin Clark has not played well. All right, which has been very frequent this season, and I've been trying not to pile on Caitlin Clark because I try not to be like a lot of her supporters, excuse me, because they're not really supporters of the Fever. They're really supporters of Caitlin Clark. But I tried to be like a lot of her supporters where every time the perceived enemy plays like shit, they just pile on. They love to do it. But it got to be stated. Today, they easily dispatched the Fever, dispatched of the Dallas Wing, despite the fact that Caitlin Clark once again shot like shit. Now, she did have 14 points and 13 assists. So her raw numbers looked okay, especially in the assist column. But she shot poorly again, okay? She shot 4 of 12 from the floor, only 2 of 7 from downtown. That's coming off a game that I believe she just shot only 5 of 17. In the game before that, I think she was like 1 of 7 or something like that. She's been struggling. Now, I get that she's coming off of injury, but even before the injury, she wasn't shooting very well. Despite the fact that to begin the season, like the first 3 or 4 games, she was shooting the lights out the basketball. And conversely, at the same time, Angel Reese was struggling. And you had all these memes of Angel Reese, with bricks around her. And then you had the more insidious stuff that always, use racial tropes, and Jason Whitlock and all these other guys just couldn't keep her name out of their collective mouths, right? But now, all of a sudden, field goal percentage don't matter now. Oh, yeah. Now, all of a sudden, ladies and gents, field goal percentage no longer matters when Caitlin Clark is struggling. Now it's about advanced metrics and plus minus and, facilitating. Offense is overrated. Really? I couldn't tell that last year when y'all was clowning Angel Reese for only averaging 13 points. Now all of a sudden, the offense is overrated. By the way, Paige Buchers, whose fan base is devoid of MAGA maggots, had a beautiful game offensively. 60% shooting. And like I said, I don't have a ill will in my body toward Caitlin Clark, but I do have an ill will in my body toward a lot of her fan base, because you guys were so loud earlier this year when Angel Reese was shooting poorly. Now, she still could improve her field goal percentage, but she's, even last year, I think their field goal percentages were comparable, 39, 38%. But now Angel Reese is at 43%, which is more in line with what the average WNBA player shoots. Because I think people are forgetting, these women don't have the upper body strength and the upper body, they don't have the upper body strength or the overall strength or the leaping ability or athleticism of men. You do realize that, right? So then they're more limited as far as what they can do to resist against great defense. I mean, I literally see idiots saying Angel Reese is getting the weight room. The stupidity that's out there, man, is unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, I keep hearing about how Caitlin Clark is this great shooter. And last year she shot what, 39% from the floor, I think, and like 34% from three, maybe somewhere around that range. This year she's shooting 37.4% from the floor, I believe, with the updated numbers from today. 37.4% from three, 28.9% from 3-point range. But when Russell Westbrook was shooting those numbers, he was Russell Westbrook. Am I not mistaken? And Russ was actually shooting a little bit better than that. He was at 30%. And people said how much of a brick shooter he was. Matter of fact, when Russell Westbrook was playing with the Lakers, he was averaging about 18 and 8, right? He was averaging about 18 and 8, shooting about 43% from the floor, 30% from three, averaging close to 4 turnovers. And we were getting nothing but venom about his play, even though he was playing second and third fiddle to LeBron and AD, right? You had Skip saying he had the worst hands ever for a point guard. He's garbage, playing his highlights to clown music and all of that, right? Angel Reese supposed to be the best player in the WNBA, but she's averaging Russell Westbrook's numbers, about 18 and 8. She's shooting only 37.4% from the floor, 28.9% from three, leading the league in turnovers by a ton, 5.5, 6 turnovers. Again, but all I hear is excuses. She's lucky that she has a really good team around her. That's all I'm going to say. She's lucky she has a really, really good team around her because I'm going to give her, you know what I'm saying? She's good. She is. You know, it ain't like Caitlin Clark ain't got skills. But for the hype that she's been getting, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And for all of the shit that y'all gave Angel Reese, I'm just saying, at first I was saying she was Steph Curry and Angel was the Kimmy Mutombo. Shit, now I'm wondering if Angel is closer to Moses Malone and Caitlin is closer to goddamn John Starks with a better with better handles and better court vision. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to wonder, man. She mad streaky.